So welcome to the team call. It is the 14th of June. I'm just going to share my screen for today's topic, which is why not me? And hopefully you guys are going to love it. So let me just move this. Let's present. Okay. Oh, that's a bit weird. Hopefully you guys can all see that. So something weird going on with the bottom of my screen. That's better. Okay, it's gone all the way through. Okay, so first things first, we're going to start with things to just note. I've been covering these things the past couple of weeks, but I'm going to cover them again just in case you've missed any of it. So the week of the 13th of July, there is going to be the Virtual Coach Summit. As most of you guys know, usually that is in the flesh. It should have been in New Orleans, but it's going to be remote this year. There is a lot of info. If you log into your coach office and you look at your dashboard, always the noteworthy items will be under the kind of news items there. So if you want kind of the moment news, make sure that every single day, if you're serious about your biz, you're just checking that screen because it's going to tell you everything that I'm going to tell you in this slide. We've also got the Summer Strong sale. So for a regular challenge pack, it is 140 or 162 Canadian. Then just bear in mind that there's £20 or $20 off challenge packs for the month of June. So just go for your life on those. I know that's working really, really well for me at the moment. And hopefully it's working for you guys really well too. And obviously we have no idea whether or not that will continue because it was in May as well. I certainly have never ever seen a sale on challenge pack roll over at 2 months. So just really make the most of it. Make sure that if you've got people on the fence, you're making sure that they know that it's just for the month of June to get them set. And super exciting. I've been excited about this for so long. Muscle Burns Fat, the brand new program, MBF and MBFA, Muscle Burns Fat Advanced, is going to launch for us to purchase for early access on July the 7th for the coach exclusive window. And I cannot tell you how fundamental that purchase is for driving your business into the launch for when customers are able to purchase it. Because of course, if you're doing the early access, you're showcasing that program, you've got everybody watching, and then you're producing your visuals, doing a call to action for the program for them to join you. Lo and behold, that's a super exciting new launch. Everybody's got FOMO. And I'll tell you, if you are not doing the new launches when they come out, they are absolutely without question what propels your business. Every single time there's a new launch, you'll see that I jump on it and it drives my business for the next month. It pumps my business full of volume, and it really ensures that actually, whether they're existing customers, new customers, existing coaches or new coaches, they've got something really exciting to do. They're going to get amazing results. They're going to stay longer within your business. They're going to see the benefit of it because they're doing something super fun and new. So this Muscle Burns Fat, it's all about reps on the beat. Again, that program, if you log into your coach office and you look at the news, you can go and see the there's a little like taster video. I shared it in the team page the other day, but I'm super excited for that. So moving on, the weekly tracker prize. So thank you guys for all posting your tracker. For those of you guys who are kind of newer or missed last week, just because of the pure size of our team now, and really the fact that this team is leveling up, you'll see that that's just kind of the ethos within the team right now. And that's going to continue. If you want a weekly call with me, it is going to be fundamental that you guys are completing that tracker and that you're posting it in the page if you want a one-on-one call. I cannot make all of the time for everybody, and I have to work with the working. So with that being said, we do our weekly tracker prize. I'm just going to stop the screen share so that I can just do the draw, the wheel of names. So just bear with me, and I'm going to click go now. Just drawing those names now. So the winner is Rebecca. Well done. It's just so ridiculous, that clapping. I really hate it. There's not a lot I can do about it. So well done, Becca. You get £20 of whichever vouchers you want. So I will get those sorted for you if you just let me know what you would like. So let me just go back to presenting this. 1 second. Let's get it back into the big screen. Okay, and moving on to the next slide. So Road to Elite, you guys will have seen this. Donna is, well, she's been in my business probably 15 months. She's leading her own team now, and she is seeing phenomenal success. So the Road to Elite is really a reflection of the fact that you are starting to build a team, okay? So for a lot of you guys who are newer, you're not yet in that place yet. For some of you guys, you're really starting to think about building diamond, 1-star, 2-star, and all of the rest of it. And the Road to Elite, quite honestly, is what happens in the process. So it's about ensuring that your team is seeing success as well, ensuring that you're developing emeralds and diamonds, and you're helping your newer coaches see success. So there's, it goes team builder, then to team leader, then to premier, and then to elite. Okay, so I finished last year as a premier coach, and we are aiming to finish as an elite team this year. We're 50% through the year. I'm already at team leader, and Donna is at team builder. So that's absolutely on the agenda for us. If you want more details, do go into the FAQ on the Coach Office and have a look at all of the criteria for that. So I wanted to share this. So this is a book, actually, The Slight Edge, that I actually read when I was a really new coach, and I'd honestly completely forgotten about it. And it's only available, it might be available on Audible now, but certainly when I got it, it was only available in text version. And I've been rereading it, and honestly, I can really think about how my success started to come to fruition because of this book. There is so much in this book that is absolutely fundamental to our business in terms of, its philosophy is, if you continue doing something at a slightly better rate than you had originally done it, even if you're being 1% better, that over the passage of time, consistency over time, it's like a water wheel that turns, and that water wheel starts to build momentum, and your business starts to explode the other side. But it is all about those consistencies over time. It's an absolutely incredible book. But I pulled out this quote because I love it. It says, "The pursuit of any goal or dream, personal, professional, spiritual, in any area is a slight edge journey of continuous improvement, learning, and refinement. Mastery is not an exalted state that lies at the end of the path. It is a state of mind that lies at the very beginning." Okay? And I thought it was so relevant because we've got a lot of you guys that are newer to this. And I just want to say, we all start in the same place, okay? And your success long term is going to be defined by your mindset, okay? Okay, and the theme of our call today is very much to do with your mindset. 95% of your success will be determined by your mindset. So guys, it doesn't matter how much training you do on inviting process. It doesn't matter how much training you do on the bat, how much training you do on building the best bootcamp ever. If your mindset is fundamentally flawed, which most of our mindsets are fundamentally flawed, and we don't do the work in the subconscious, we are never going to kind of reach that place. So I love that quote. I just pulled that out of the book today. And the theme of the call today is, why not me? And I want you guys to, hopefully you guys have got a planner or a notepad in front of you, but if you haven't, can you just get a piece of A4? What you're going to do is you're going to create 2 columns. So on the left-hand side, you're going to put your limiting self-beliefs. And on the right-hand side, you're going to put why that's not true, okay? So that's just what you're going to start doing. And as you start doing that, I'm just going to kind of talk you guys through this. So I think a lot of the time in life in general, particularly with social media, we can look at people seeing success, and we can look at them and we can tell ourselves all sorts of different things. Well, that's okay for them. They've got loads of time. They do that full time. That person's prettier than me. That person doesn't have a full-time job like me. That person's got a supportive spouse. I always fail at whatever I do. I always quit. I've never seen success. My husband won't let me. My mum doesn't like it. I don't have enough money to put into it. I'm not confident enough. They're just examples that I was just thinking as I was kind of putting this all together earlier, of things that can fundamentally hold us back. And you should know when I'm saying why not me? Immediately, you've probably got things that are popping into your head. What are the things when you sit down to do your business that you tell yourself that it's never going to happen for you because of, okay? So one of the things I tell myself is I don't have enough time. I actually have Arthur at home full time at the moment. He's not in childcare. And that's one of mine. But actually, it's BS. I have enough time. It just depends how much I want it. And I get up earlier and I make those time blocks. So that's one of mine. And that's how I get over it. That's not true because of of why. But unless you start to become really, really conscious of what your limiting self-beliefs are, and hopefully that task, even just drawing the line down the page, you're starting to think of those limiting self-beliefs, has made you recognize them. Okay, because the subconscious is essentially something that, if we're just going to go about life day to day, for the most part we're not aware of, but there are things that go around our head all day every day, and unless we stop that vicious subconscious circle that is lifelong limiting self-beliefs, and we start to kind of call to question, hey, do you know what, that's the story I've told myself all my life, and actually that's really not true. Unless we do this task, it won't be you. It won't be you, because your success is defined by your mindset and what you believe about yourself and what you believe to be possible. And if you consistently try to do all of these things and you've still got these limiting self-beliefs and you're not calling yourself out on them, it's never going to work. It will never work. And I have had to do a lot of work on that. I do it daily, but I've become really aware of the voices inside my head and why it's not true. So what we're going to do for the first kind of 5 minutes, I'm just going to put a 5-minute timer on. I'm just going to ask you guys for 5 minutes to write down in that left-hand column every single thing that you tell yourself that holds you back. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and if you've got any questions, just let me know. But hopefully you're going to have quite a few things. We've all got them. I don't think anybody won't have any. Okay, I'm just going to give you another couple of minutes. Okay, have you guys, I think we're still writing, aren't we? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, I'll give you guys another minute. Okay, looks like a lot of you guys have finished. So what you're then going to do is, hopefully you've got the column on the right, so you've got the column on the left with all the limiting self-beliefs on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, what you're going to do for the next, I'm going to give you 5 minutes because it might take a little bit, it might actually take you more time to do this. You're going to write down why each one of those statements isn't true. Okay, and you're maybe going to think of examples where you've seen success with that thing before, or actually you're going to call yourself out on why your limiting self-belief is just a complete crock of shit, basically, because all of that stuff that we tell us is all within our control. So if anyone got any questions, if you've got any questions, just pop it in the chat box. Otherwise, I'm just gonna start the timer again. Okay, 5 minutes, off we go. So why that's not true, and why you're not going to tell yourself that anymore. Yeah, because it's all just, the right hand side column is so your limiting self-belief, say you put like, I don't have enough time, that limiting self-belief, you'd say, why isn't it true? It's not true because I just need to get up out of bed a little bit earlier and I'll go to bed a bit earlier, something like that. It's just a limiting self-belief. It's something that you tell yourself. Does that make sense? Or like, she's more pretty than me, like each person is as pretty as the next, I'm beautiful, that kind of thing. And like, maybe if it was like, I always quit, or I fail at everything, which can be like quite a common one. Examples of where you've definitely succeeded in your life, you haven't failed, and why that's not true. If you've got any questions, do just put them in the chat box. The scared to fail, just think of examples of things that you've done in your life where you were scared to fail and you didn't fail and you succeeded. That's a really good way to overcome that one. Yeah. Guy.
Arthur, we're going in the garden.
Arthur,
Arthur, come here. We're going in the garden. Shut the door, please. Shut the door. Shut the door.
I'll set it up for you. Thank you. I want to give you a cuddle and a kiss. Lovely. See when you get down. See when you finish your phone. I'll look it for you.
all right, darling.
Why am I through?
Right, I think hopefully you guys have had enough time there. So hopefully you've got now a list of what you tell yourself and then why those statements aren't true, or examples of where you've seen success with that thing that you're telling yourself in the past. And now what you're going to do is you are going to make an affirmation. Now, for some of these, that won't work, but for hopefully you will have written at least 4 or 5, hopefully. You're going to make an affirmation. So say, let's just go back to the last slide. So say, like, I'm not good enough. You're going to make an affirmation that would say something like, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am amazing. I am amazing is one of mine, incidentally. You know, I am beautiful. I have all the time in the world. You know, all of this kind of stuff is, you can make affirmations pretty much around any one of those if you really think about it. And if you're struggling, let me know. But the idea is that you then create affirmations, and I have affirmations written on my pinboard here that are surrounding my limiting self-beliefs that I write down and I look at every single day. And it really strengthens my mindset with the part that is a limiting self-belief of mine. So like, nobody is you know, free from limiting self-beliefs, but as I said, like, unless you formally put something into place that is actively going to work on overcoming that limiting self-belief every single day, it's never going to change, because the subconscious is stuff that goes on without you thinking about it. And unless you actively call to question that limiting self-belief and you say why it's not true, and you can overcome it, and literally affirmations, you might have never done them in your life. I certainly hadn't, and I was like, affirmations, what a load of rubbish. I say mine out loud every single day, and I can tell you it has changed my mindset so much surrounding the things that I always believed to be true about myself, which is incidentally just rubbish. It's just our insecurities. Yeah, it's a paradigm shift. Exactly. It's exactly what Elaine said. If you've listened to Bob Proctor, it's a paradigm shift. So I would just, Cecilia, that's just confidence. I am confident. I am an amazing speaker, something like that. But it's something that you want to be looking at. Like, I've just got them written on bits of like ripped up A4 that are on my pinboard. And then every morning I have, like, within my morning routine, I write out about 6 or 7 affirmations about what I am. Okay. And it wants to start with ideally I am. Okay. So I'm just going to give you like 2-3 minutes. Hopefully that's going to be enough time. And again, if you've got more questions, please just pop them in there. Off we go. Hold on, if we got more. Yeah. I love what Marty's just said there for Shannon. Love it. I love my body and its abilities, and I'm getting healthier and stronger every day. I love that. And that can be something you can say out loud. You can do it in the car. Not even good enough. Like, make it super positive. Just say, I'm amazing. Why not? I think a lot of this is culture. We're brought up to be so, what's the word? Just not confident. As women, it's not attractive to be super confident. It's sort of as being arrogant. And I actually don't agree. It's just about being confident and happy. I am beautiful. I am amazing. There's nothing wrong with that. If that helps you feel great, write it down. Confidence is not arrogance. Yes, Nisha, I love that. I am a powerhouse and can absolutely live up to my full potential. I love that. Yeah, and humble. And I think that as women is a real struggle, because we are brought up a lot of the time to be humble. That's just what's expected of us societally. It doesn't mean that it's right, okay? It just depends on your own beliefs. And arrogance is a completely different thing. Yeah. Elaine, putting pressure on ourselves. Was that like one of, was that? Yeah, and it's I am deserving is something as well. If we like don't believe that we can do it, or we don't want to sound arrogant, it's because sometimes we don't think we deserve it. So I've got one that says I'm deserving. And actually, when I was at a New Leaders conference, Kelsey Hill, who I think is now number 2, that was one of her affirmations. I am deserving, because she didn't believe she deserved it, and she didn't see success until she started writing those affirmations and repeating them to herself every day. It's really powerful, guys. And when you go to bed, you can repeat them or read them. Really, really powerful. I'm just going to give you guys another minute. Okay. Has anyone got any more questions on that? Hopefully you've got about 3 affirmations that you've managed to write in this whole process that are quite powerful, and they're only powerful because they are your limiting self-beliefs flipped on their head, and they're things that you can work on. You'll be amazed how much this is going to help you guys if you put it into practice. Okay. People are still writing. I'm going to give you guys another 30 seconds. Some of those affirmations might be really long. They might be really long. Like Marty's one about having a strong and powerful and beautiful body, you know, things like that. And you want to connect with the words as well. You don't want them to be someone else's words. Right, we're going to stop there. And I've actually just realized that I skipped past the Success Club board earlier completely by accident. But I am over the moon for you guys. Looking at this, we're actually on the 14th of the month now. We're not even halfway through, okay? And Hayley is at Success Club 10. Absolutely phenomenal. She's already got one of these t-shirts. You guys can choose if you hit Success Club. When you hit Success Club, you get to choose which one of these 2 styles of t-shirts that you want. And if you hit Success Club 10 plus, you'll also get £50 or $50 of workout vouchers. I'm going to let you guys choose. I will incidentally say that I am never ordering Sweaty Betty vouchers again because I've had such a nightmare with them. So you guys have to choose something else. And look at Marty, Tasha, Stephanie, and at Success Club 4. Those guys are so close to Success Club. And if you double what you've done, you know, if we're not even 50% through the month, look at where you're going to finish. And some of you guys have got sneak peeks yet to do. So I'm super excited. These 2 girls are in my Level Up mentorship, and it is honestly phenomenal to watch these 2 girls. They're running together. They're doing their own sneak peek together, and they've been in my team for a little while. They were at Summit with me last year, and I'm so excited for these 2 girls. So watch out. Shannon is at 2, Samantha is at 2, Stephanie's at 4, so she just hit Emerald, Monique at 2, Georgia at 2, Megan at 2, Kirsty at 2, Joanne at 2, Louise at 2, Emma at 2, Sarah at 2, Amber at 2, Ginny at 2, Nisha at 2, Imogen at 2, and Taylor Ray at 2. You guys that are all at 2, I want you guys to really, really get your heads down, get your boot camps underway. Yeah, now is the time to be calling to action, believe it or not, your end of June, beginning of July boot camp. Right now, you want to have a nice 2-week lead in. So if you haven't got those visuals done yet, you don't know what it's going to look like, get excited and go for it. And if you're not on the board, don't worry. Like literally, this Success Club board can change overnight. It is all your mindset. It is absolutely all your mindset. So I'm super excited to see where we finish for the month of June. So that's it. But as I said, like, make sure, guys, that you take that on board. Every single person, whether or not you're running sneak peeks and you're doing mentorships, make sure you haven't forgotten that every single month in your marketing plan, you want to be proactively having a boot camp to invite people to. It may well be that they're going to go into an existing boot camp group that you have, but you want to have fresh visuals. You want to get excited. You want to know what you're talking about so that when you're in your stories, people are like, yes, oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. Oh, and it starts on that day. Oh, and she's got 5 spots. That builds trust and it builds confidence. So really start to think about that if you haven't started thinking about it yet, and get excited. as I said, get those business activity trackers done, get them submitted. I promise you it's not because I want to be super strict and boring. I'm getting you guys to do it because it is a tried and tested process over and over and over again. If you consistently complete your business activity tracker, I can promise you that you are going to hit Success Club. It is inevitable, okay? And that mindset stuff hopefully is really going to help you in the background with all of the rest of it. There's some questions. Hold on. Oh, I've just seen a few comments. Sorry, guys. For me, it's mission to step into my own light and be a light for others. Yeah. And I think that's again, the humble piece, Tasha. That's the humble piece. Yeah. So there's being humble, and then there's like doing yourself down, which is what a lot of us tend to do. So call yourself out on that one. You're deserving of all of it. Shannon, I sit and write down positive affirmations every morning as part of my morning routine. It's really helped. If I had my Sneak into coaching on Thursday, when would you start about my boot camp? Probably next week. I wouldn't do it until next week because that's going to be convoluted and confused. Yeah, exactly. Smarty said, wait a couple of days until after your mentorship, which is exactly what I do. If you watch me, that's exactly what I'll be doing. So my mentorship starts on Monday, and I'll be calling to action my boot camp on Wednesday, not until then, because I want to make sure I've got that mentorship started well. So hopefully that was useful. I hope so. But just make sure you get those affirmations written up and that you actively use them every week, or every morning rather. That's what I meant to say. I'm going to stop recording now.